What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. In a past video I made, specifically the 1.5 full grid offset, I didn't notice something towards the end of the video at the time. It's gonna pull this log back. I started testing this strange thing out and immediately started getting insane results within 20 minutes. Yeah, but that was also a week ago, and there's a lot more that can be done with this than what's in the video. I've been obsessively testing this because it was hard to get reliable results. It's easy to do now that it's figured out, but man, the testing phase for this video was brutal. Since we're going to start off using the same exact method as my 1.5 offset grid technique, I'm going to move pretty quickly in the beginning of this video. If you need it slowed down and want it fully explained, I'd suggest watching the beginning of my other video. Full across here. We're going to place a quarter at the top to lock this down and to get the first snap point. But first we're going to bring these out. Otherwise, I'll show you, it snaps over. But if you bring these out, it snaps to the first one. And bring the other two down. Now we're going to put flooring on this. I explained that it rotates, but I don't care because the video is not going to be about this. Now that the flooring's on, this is locked in place so we can stack another quarter log on top of each point. Finally, we can bring another full log down from that. At this point, this is where I use my method to make Bastio's vertical walls, because this will snap back in. Reason it does that is because this is an invalid snap point. There's nothing connected to it, so these will all pull back. And you can fill this in if you'd like. This is pretty much Bastio's wall. This is what I noticed in the video. The quarter log here actually becomes independent. I'll show you. I'll shake the log back and forth. I'm not going to take this out because this is not what you want. These have to be connected for this method. You'll see with this one, it didn't pull the log with it. And this won't work. We need to fix this right now before we go any further. So to do that, we're just going to chop this one out of the way because it's not going to let you remove it. You can spam all you want. I also want to point out, if you broke anything, like I probably did, you got to repair it before you can continue on. So it's let me place this. We'll see if it'll let me place the full log. And it will. So I guess I didn't screw too much up. If it won't let you place the full log, you need to take the repair tool and fix whatever you broke apart here. So let me place the first one. We're going to now have to put another one on top of this. So it looks like that. Now we're going to do the same exact thing we did before and snap it down and pull it back into the wall. This almost fixes it every single time. So now that we're this far into it, we're going to build this out another 2 grids. I want to point out here 2 things. One, to get your creativity going. Another one that's very important for this video. Or for the demonstration in this video. Because as you know, in this game, you always need to know the end from the beginning. These arrows are always going to point in for this scenario. The more you change all of these arrows, you get a different effect every time. It's crazy what you can do with this. But for this, again, all arrows will be pointed towards Bastio's wall. Now we're going to bring these down from the top. So you already have a stretched log, and it's actually a half offset as well. Now I'm going to take a half or 3/4 whatever log and strut these up. which again is already interesting because this can still go. I'm not going to do it because it'll screw up the whole rest of the video, but just so you know, it can go. Now we're going to grab a full log and place one down from all of these. And grab a quarter log, and we're going to stand all these up to the max. By the way, when people ask me how I figure stuff like this out, do you see this arrow? You see how it just doesn't look right? That's usually where things like this start. So these are all stood up. So now that we're here, for the rest of the video, please pay attention because this is where it really, really matters to save a lot of aggravation. We're going to stand these up, and it's going to do something very strange. It's going to snap up and out a half offset, a quarter high, meaning the game for some reason is cutting off a 3/4 log and sending the quarter up and out. This is very important. These need to be connected. Now that these are connected, if you pull out the struts, it'll fall down. And we just want to reconnect these. I don't know why. Just believe me. This is what it looks like now. Kind of like my other side. Now the middle, it'll allow you to take the middle out without doing anything. The sides we're going to have to chop out, but this is all now freestanding. It doesn't need any support. If we didn't connect these the way I just did it, it would fall down and the one that's hanging up in the air actually becomes a free snap point. So it's good to know, but for this video we don't want that. We'll take down the other side. Now that we're at this point, I'm going to get up top here. I'm going to connect these together. This becomes permanent, just so you know. And then remove this. As well as these. I'm going to stand all these up and connect them. And now that we're this far, we're going to save. Not because we screwed anything up, but when I found this out, I wanted to headbutt my keyboard. I found that this works roughly 60% of the time when you build it and then try it. When you log into a game where a structure like this is already built, it works 100% of the time, which is crazy. So sorry, Night Before Dawn and Bastio. Now we have snap points that we can change by logging into a game. So I'm going to save and log out and log back in. Okay, so here's what we've all been waiting for to make the Super Bastio wall. In this scenario, this arrow comes in, this arrow comes in. It has to be like that for this scenario. I'll show you what happens if you start messing around in a little bit. So, it won't let you take these out unless the back ones are gone. These need to go first. And then you take the back out, and then the front, and it falls down. I want to mention I screwed this one up, but I'm going to fix it. This will actually extend out further, and I'll show you in a second. how to make them go further. But to fix if you did screw up, I'm going to make this an invalid snap point. So this one will get forced to where I want it, which is right there, for the Super Bastille wall. With the last two. And there you go. Now these are obviously buildable. You probably see that in the thumbnail. You can also use stairs. And just to point out a few more things here, I have another mock-up here. We'll get rid of these in the back. I want to point out, for creative purposes, I'm probably going to make another video on this, but I need some time because it's really worn me out. Every single arrow, meaning this way, this way, this way, everything. It changes everything about this. And it will snap at crazy angles. And if you leave these connected, they'll all snap independently. And I'll show you what I mean. So on this one, this arrow snaps in, this arrow snaps in, which means it will come down here. On this one, I purposely screwed up, and I went out, and it will snap way over here. I have gotten it to go all the way out here, but I can't remember how I did it. If you just put the arrow straight in line, it won't do it. I have no idea how I did it. So I'll show you what I mean. Take these out, it'll snap down. This is going to snap to the next one. And this one will be normal. One last thing I want to point out is this actually becomes a half snap point, which is nice to know. And this can be built off of. And this actually becomes 2 snap points as well. If I get rid of this, I can build off the top and the bottom. I'm going to be exploring this a lot more when I have the patience for it. I've spent almost a week trying to figure this video out. But anyway, I'm praying that you like this video. Because it took a lot of work. If you did, please like, subscribe, all that other good stuff. Till the next one, I'll see you.